The rest of us concentrate on messing with the enemy. Jake, I think Tuscany hired Regan mercenaries on that one. Why'd you have to hurt me like that? You know it cuts deep. Okay, what also cuts deep is taking so much land that I get a Tonking coalition. That's not what I was signing up for. I'll have to settle just for these three. Which is a shame, I always prefer to take the forts out. And then otherwise... land for Russia is quite important. I wanted Bessarabia to be part of it so that Russia could get a border with the Ottomans, and in the future they'll come to blows over it. But with those two... oh wow, Russia are not very grateful for that. When I was looking at giving them something else, it was like 10 favors. Ah, because that was back when I wasn't giving myself anything, wasn't it? Yes. They're still looking at relative involvement here. That would be more like it. Still, I need to push for that amount of war score. And push I shall. Good, we're all mercs here. We can just go in and mercder. And you can just get on to doing whatever you feel like. It's a real shame I lost Scotland, I really feel for that. And the truce with myself lasts till 91, that's huge. And England are probably going to ravage them. England could ravage them and may well do that. I wonder if I could culturally enrich you to Scottish. I probably can't because I don't own Scottish land. Ho hum. Mistakes were made. Don't forget Brandenburg's claims, Jake. Oh yeah, but unfortunately we're still looking at lots of aggressive expansion for that. Whereas what I need is land for ME. Me. How exhausted are you, Russia? Not at all. I had wanted to jump Livonia in order in this war, but really Tuscany punched a lot harder than I was anticipating. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. And it's really why I'm enjoying this campaign so much. I'm still having so many problems, and I love that. Still no big old religious war going on. Get out of here, Tuscany. Another general being 4-4. Yikes. It's all really rather terrifying. Now, if I was clever, I'd be blockading Hamburg so I can actually get it dealt with. Płock needs to be taken care of as well. So many things to take care of. Oh yeah, and fighting 1v1 against Polish cavalry, not a wise thing to do. Ottomans are westernizing. If previous campaigns are anything to go by, they're gonna die horribly. Can't you guarantee Scotland, Jake? Yes, but if I revoke that guarantee, it's a 5-year truce anyway. And that's not what we're looking for. Oh, they're even enjoying some revolts there. Ah. Russia doesn't want Bratislav anymore? That's a shame. They must have had a new ruler and they're an administrator, so they don't care much for land. But you do want it. He's an interesting guy, that Russian. Gotta be careful though. I can't take more than these 3 provinces, which is the big pain. And now that Scotland's not my vassal, I can't go down that avenue. But there are other avenues to pursue, don't you worry, especially with Sweden right there. Still allied with England, but for how much longer, I wonder, because England won't join in. Oh wow, England are getting terrifically destroyed. And I think Russia would want to join in. Especially if I promise them land. No, I think it's Sweden's day of reckoning soon. And I have a plan for that. Almost. Nearly. Jake, not if you ally them and diplo-vassalize them. If I wanted to offer vassalization, minus 1,000, minus 1,000, because I own one of their cores, so no, that wouldn't happen. I want to give plenty to Russia to get those favors, though. They like these provinces, they're nice and out of the way. But I was hoping to give them actual Polish provinces. That's more like it. And they would really love me for it as well. Sounds good, I want to push for that as long as Russia don't get too much more exhausted by this whole warring affair. A null alliance with Tuscany in peace, that's a great idea. It's also adding to the very expensive cost of this. But man, Tuscany's involvement has been costly. I would like to be able to throw Livonian Order under the bus as well. We'll see if Russia won't defend them after this war as well. But again, that's risky, because I'd be taking land that would mean yet more coalitioning. I just need to break up Livonian Order with Russia, though, that's the important thing. Maybe even annul treaties there, might be a plan. Ah, finally got Hamburg back. It was a hard-fought fight. Don't honestly need that province. But I do want those Russians to give me all those favors. Because that would get my trust with them up to 80. And that's what you need. Also, I can get those two siege pips onto Warsaw. Okay, they have very little left. I reckon the next siege tick will take down Warsaw, and then we're good for whatever peace we want. You know, unless Russia were to separate peace, that would be a tragedy for me. Still stuck in that zone of control there. Not worth the wacky race out of it. And down you go. Down the defenders go at the very least. Jake, can you sabotage reputation with Livonian Order and Tuscany so they break alliances? Well, doing it with Tuscany probably wouldn't help that much. Target, rivals, enemies, and neighbors. Get minus 50 relations with. But I'd have to pay close attention that Aragon and Poland, well, of course they're going to be big and friendly. It wouldn't have enough of an impact there. And then there's England and Sweden. Yeah, they love each other. I have to find people that are more on the edge about that sort of thing. Alright, call for pizza is here, so it's time for Warsaw to fall and this war to be over. Good. Looks good. It's a shame about Memel. It's going to be detached and a pain for me to hold on to, but worth having nonetheless. Nobody important is going to coalition me over this, and I get all the favours I want out of you. And a bit of money for our trouble. Looks almost acceptable. Phew. So of course Lithuania is still loyal. They're going to finish that integration. There's very little I can do to change that. We'll get rid of our fort on Memel, I rather think. And yeah, I also think its autonomy has to go up. Lots of things have to be done. Not so sure about that fort. Do I want to keep it or not? Could be handy keeping the enemy at bay. I'll take it. So that was long, exhausting, and all those other things, but at least I can get all these everything I've ever wanted, really. Tech costs down as well. Good times. Why did I do that instead of coring, I wonder? Because, hey, live dangerously. As the nobility often do, they demand control. I don't want to give them any of these provinces since the manpower is pretty low. Don't really want to give them anything, to be honest. Shame they're so on my back here. Well, I can give them these out-of-the-way places. Nobody really cares about them. Here you go, nobility. Everybody wants their own cold-ass home in the middle of nowhere. Norwegian separatists wanting to rise up, no doubt because of this. We'll just get rid of some of that. So I still do want to strike the Livonian Order, but Russia want to help them out. Only just, but they do want to help them out. Also, it might not be the best of times to be doing that. We'll get that trust up to the magical 80 point with Russia. I still want to strike you. Oh boy, I could strike you so hard right now. You're even enjoying the Dake War right now. Because I have the same problem as before. All these provinces, but very expensive for me to take. Jake, improve relations with everyone in the HRE. It's an idea, but I'm not sure I like it. Oh, Saxony was forced to annul treaties with us. Wow, I only have one friend and it's Russia. That's scary. I quite want that Saxon alliance back. They weren't the best, but they were kinda good. And the Ottomans will never have any of that, though. Oh, wait, no, if they're not my friend, then they have a province I'm pretty interested in. Allied with the Ottomans. But the Ottomans are westernizing. They might soon face too many revolts to back up Saxony, and then I can come for that Brandenburgian core. Check 4 lazy diplomats. No, only 3 right now. Still though, where to go from here? It's such a shame that I had to lose Scotland. I want that claim back so I can have them. Hopefully England don't gun them down and I can vassalize them again. Shame though, I really should have converted their religion, but I did not even think to do so. Checking out my tech, I'm 14, 12, 13. Is there anybody that's considerably better than that? Like, say, Tuscany. I don't have the ideas to study technology just yet, but that's coming up. Has France come to gun down Sweden? Yeah, there's Bohemia at 14, 14, 14, but... No, I need to be 2 techs behind somebody to get anything out of that. So yeah, that really fired up aggressive expansion across all of here, so I need to return my focus over to the British Isles. And this is the time of all times to strike, well, almost the time of all times to strike England. Except for still that Austrian, no, Austria are 100 Liberty Desire. They would never help them out. But England are at Tech 14, I'm still at 13, and 15 is a huge one. Don't want to be late to that. What I'm saying is I should stop wasting my time on aristocratic ideas. But we are the great ideas guy, so stands to reason that we would. I don't need to worry about the war exhaustion, it'll go away and get rid of these rebel factions on its own. But yes, I need Sweden to keep dying horribly. And then it'll be time to strike England. The numbers don't quite add up here, but you can believe in the check marks. Now England are also involved in this war and probably bloody tired of it. So I want to check out the army of England. Oh, I don't have any Cassis on England, do I? Let's change that. I know there's not too much that we can do. But I could at least... there's the problem. I don't have Scotland as a vassal anymore. Tuscany really did a number on me there, didn't they? And breaking truce against them doesn't strike me as the most brilliant thing to do. But... I could still take some bites out of them. Well, at the very least I should be ready to go to war with them. I can at least sit on them and then consider actions from there. They are forted up to the hilt, but... I'm confident. Blindly so. Jake, break up any things with your OP agitation. I cannot yet agitate for liberty. This is the second last one for espionage, the penultimate one. We'll get there though, don't you worry. Well, that's right, I was going to eye up England, wasn't I? England still have a reasonable army, but their manpower is drooping and it's mostly mercenaries. It is very tempting to strike them the moment Sweden get a little too tired, and Sweden are probably getting pretty tired right about now. Does mean though that I would have to ship off all my troops there. Okay, I'm just going to increase autonomy here. We already have things that'll bring it down on its own. Shame about all these other things, but... Civil war for Tuscany. Sucks to be you. Maybe I should just prepare to strike England. Oh, wait. The war is over. What a shame. I'm surprised Austria hasn't just gone for it. Are they waiting for backing from somebody else? Well, I'll be able to get Scotland as a vassal again soon enough. They're gonna hate my guts. But... oh, they still have they force vassalized us. So it's only gonna get worse. There are other avenues I can go down, of course. England will still help you, sadly. But that's the thing, it's just England. And I can still call Russia in to help against you. Again, I can call using favors, because I have so many of them. But aggressive expansion is still the problem, there's so much of it. But you still love me. Yeah, aggressive expansion is the real reason we can't just take this all we want, which is why it's time for a bit more of an advanced strat yet again. Welcome back, Denmark. Maybe you can do a nice thing and actually work up that province for me. Yeah, if they could develop it, that would be nice. Just annex Scotland and release them as a vassal so they don't hate you. That could be what I have to do. Might clear some of those modifiers. Yeah, seems like a clever thing to do. Yeah, Lesser Denmark is back on the map. Russia is still our good friend, but hopefully Russia are not going to be rushing into war in the next 5 years. They have plenty of revolting provinces to take care of, as it is. I really want Memel to get converted so they don't break out and revolt. The merchants are disloyal, that's nothing new. Not so happy at how much power the clergy have. Gives them a huge amount of influence. The tricky thing is I want to keep giving them provinces so that they help with my conversion. Since we don't have strong conversion, because for once in my life I didn't take religious ideas. Oh, tell me about yourselves, though. Of course. Denmark took aristocratic. They often do. I'm just going to have to live with that, though. That's okay. Because it's not our monarch points that is the squeezing point in all of this. It is well and truly the aggressive expansion that's hurting. So that's right, we were eyeing up Saxony. They have a province that should belong to us. Now the Danes still have all those cores of theirs. And they're going to be nice and cheap. Holstein is an exception there. Well, we can deal with that. So close and yet so far away. Could probably hit it up to 4 speed. Yeah, we've come a long way. We started off with 3 development, we got 264 now. I shouldn't be spending more military points like that. And I should hold off fighting England. I think we could get Scotland in time. And it won't cheese off that many people. Gonna keep improving relations with important people around the area. Just in case things go down Coalition Street. So, I'm also hoping that other people don't fabricate a claim on Denmark. People like Sweden. Not a glorious core. Pshaw to that, I say. Not looking forward to getting my heir on the throne, though. She is weak. With a bit of luck, she'd die soon, but that would just cast me into Regency hell, which is a separate hell of its own. Spend all your points taking ideas so you can fall behind in tech and use your espionage, Jake. That's very risky, falling behind in military tech. Very risky indeed. Jake, aren't you afraid Denmark will discover the Bornholm magic and crush you? Sweden have just put a claim on it. That is something I should be worried about. I could potentially vassalize them, but I own their cores. Which is a real shame. So yeah, I have to stop the Swedes from acting on that. There's no saying they will immediately go to war over that, though. They have been badly damaged recently. I'm not taking more autonomy in Memel. And fight for that province just to give it all up. That said, though, it would probably help if I transferred trade power using my North Sea guy there. Wonder if that's going to change my incomes at all. 9.33, it goes down because I pulled you out of North Sea. Okay, that definitely doesn't help, but what if I transfer using my Rhineland guy? Militarization of the Rhineland, you say? Nah. Just keep those filthy Norwegian scum at bay. Nah, not looking good. Stick to what we had before. Sounds like a bad idea falling behind in Miltech, Jake. You got that right. Oh, Poland, you look a little big right now. There we go. Need to keep that Miltech up. Oh, if only I had noticed that before. Could have saved myself 30 mil. Funny the way things keep working. Guarantee lesser Denmark? No, because if I revoke the guarantee, I get a truce with them, and what I'm doing is waiting for that truce that I currently have to run out. Yeah, farewell PLC, we only have regular old P here. Guess they were late to that admin tech 10. It's probably not a good idea for me to be converting the Norwegian scum at the moment. I should wait for them to fizzle away with their rebel faction. I'll pull this guy if they hit 90% on the rebel faction. 646 militarist Swedish. Oh wait, no, that's an administrator. That I can get behind. 2 lazy dips, I am well aware, I'm just not sure what to do with them. Guess I could sabotage your reputation? Nah. If only. No, the best thing I can still really do is improve relations with those that may want to bring harm upon me. Like Russia. I want all of your land, Greater Denmark. It is of vital interest. And Liège has always proven themselves to be really quite strong. Jake, now you can take a Lithuanian core and destroy the Poles. It's tricky going the Damn, didn't see that coming. These 2 provinces are going to be nasty and revolting due to what? Ah, Potsdam. Yeah, sadly they're not seeing the Whoa, slow down there. That's a lot of people that would join in. Is this because of some of this rubbish? Squinting my eyes heavily here to make sure that everything makes sense. Ottomans, Castile, Savoy. Yeah, they would come to their defense for a league war. That's scary. Let's not get involved in that at all. Does that mean if I fight you? Nah, of course not. How about you? Oh, nah. We're looking okay. But Sweden now have so many rebels, it's a good chance they would not back up England shortly. Just need them to keep getting destroyed by rebels. Jake, you can't attack into a league if you're not in it, even though he's not Christian. People care too much about my Norse ways. This is a real scunner though, because I can't convert these provinces for 30 odd years now. Save the Danish people. Oh, I'll save them alright. Save them from themselves. There we go. And thankfully, just in time as well, the Norwegian rebel faction can go away in 9 months, and then I can focus on bigger and brighter things. Really don't like those Tuscans though. Let's sabotage their reputation just for the hell of it. Bah. Her, indeed. So why do you want to rise up against me? Yeah, it's the friendly troops helping us out there. We'll see what we can do about that, because if I can get rid of them altogether... Swedish particularists. Thankfully, none of my land is Swedish. And they're particularists, so they can just march around Sweden all they want. Keeps beating them up, and potentially gets them out of siding with England if they go too far into debt. Because look at them. Despite their incredible general, they are falling. I'm actually not even too afraid of fighting you. Our manpower is returning. Didn't Tunis just try to westernize? If only you were Horde Jake so you could raise the Danish scum. I could not raise Bornholm at this rate. Oh, but they have decided to make it slightly better. This is actually not good. Although I said I want them to increase it. It's going to result in more aggressive expansion for me doing what I'm going to do to them. Okay, nobility have a fairly low influence over my country. Kind of tempting to give them more, but although these points are great, I am actually concerned about the loyalty I'd end up with at this rate. Still, I need that support. I'll just pay them off for it. As for you, I can call it Diet and then take it. Well, I need the points. It's a shame about that 50 though. If only I could give them six worth of province. But all these places have fairly crappy manpower. Memel has the best of a bad bunch. But it also has the fort. You know, why not? I want those 100 points. Jake, you have a horse in Crimea. How did I forget about you? I can't really tell my horses and my cannons and my infantry apart. Reykjavik. Reykjavik doesn't make me money anyway, so we'll just go with that. And where would the Teutonics want to rise up? Nowhere, that's where. So once our truce is up with Bornholm, it's time to start stomping down on the Swedes. The English might take some of my islands. I'm not terribly concerned if they do. What I am concerned with is... no, if I can separate peace England... no again. So much to think about in that regard. The conditions on fighting England that I'm looking for are specific. Sadly, the Danes have lost their core on Gotland as well. Ah, but there we go. All the conditions are met. Conditions are perfect, one could even say. To bring Lesser Denmark back into the fold. It's also good to accept Prussia. Oh, there we go. Defender against Austria in the Austrian War for Independence. This shakes up everything almost to a perfect degree. Because guess who didn't help them? And Brunswick won't help you. No longer desires Sweden as an ally. Frankfurt and Palatinate would. Okay, I've got to act fast here. I'm pretty confident the Austrians can win this, since England and English Brazil are not going to hold out all too well, I imagine. Still, my troop numbers are rather low. Well, it won't take much to take Bornholm. That's what my infantry, my mercs are here for.